Thursday afternoon. I'm pleased to show you our brand spanking new I Do letters. Fantastic, they're in white, they're standing at 4 foot tall. All the lamps again are LED, but these ones are slightly different from some of our other products that we have. These are all colour changing lamps. When we meet you before you whip at your final requirement meeting, we would chat about your colour scheme, and we can get close matches to your colour scheme with these lamps. There's 12 pre-selected colours on the lamps. So today we're just showing it's more of a cyan, a very light blue colour. I can go through a few of the different colours just to give you an idea of the colours that they do produce. With the little handy little remote, it'll be left at your wedding, usually behind one of the letters. If you want to change it in the evening, you can just pick it up and change the colours yourself, or have it flashing with the DJ or the band that you might have as well. So we're going to go through a few of the colours. We've got a nice, one of my favourite colours, this like pink. It's really, really pretty. And then we've got a nice yellow as well. And we can match with the flowering as well. That we add the flowers and accessories to the letters. We can match the flowers and the accessories to the colours that you require.
Can they be programmed to change colours throughout for rainbow weddings?
Yeah. 2 seconds.
There we go.
And just go through the colour spectrum. Like a slow fade. That yellow one down the bottom hasn't been activated.
Sharon says, nice legs, Eddie.
Thank you very much, Sharon. They're brand new. Would you like to have them? They're gorgeous. I absolutely love the new letters. They're stunning. Been waiting weeks for them, and we finally got them. Happy days. Yeah. So yeah, that's the colour wash, where it's going through the colour spectrum that's all pre-programmed into the lamps. And you can either go into a red as well. Or a nice, where is it? There we are. Nice greens as well. Very, very pretty. So that's our 4 foot white I Do. It's brand new. We've got an offer on that at the moment. You can see it on our Facebook page, Glow of Love Leads. You'll see that on there. For the first 10 brides, for the first 10 couples, we've got that on a super duper offer, £100 at the minute. Brand spanking new.
Yeah. We also, in the colour changing, do love.
Yes, we've also got in the same size letters, we do the white love. That's got the exact same lamps in it as well. So you can possibly put them both at within the same venue, and it'll look stunning. Having the I Do and then the love somewhere else within the room, but all matching to the same colours and everything else as well. Identical with all the lamps. Rustic love.
We do also have a rustic I Do being built.
Oh yes, we've got a rustic I Do being built as well. Not too sure when we're going to get that as yet, due to the circumstances. They have got just the warm white LEDs in them. They don't have the colour changing ones. It's very similar to our rustic love. Same lamps, same lamp holders, lamp cover, should I say. That's the warm white effect. You get a cool white, but I much prefer the warm white, more welcoming.
Just going back to the colour I Do, will we be showing them in Sheffield on the 5th of July?
I need to make arrangements, yeah. Yes, definitely. This is our 4 foot rustic love letters. Absolutely beautiful, one of our favourites. 4 foot letters sitting on crates. Again, we like to match all the flowers and accessories to your colour scheme to complement your colour scheme on your big day. Fabulous letters. Rustic, sitting on crates, so some letters, not all the letters today are actually sitting higher than 4 foot due to the height of the crates. We add those in with the package as well. The accessories, the flowers, everything's pack tested and public liability for your safety and for the venue's peace of mind as well. We also have the rustic items in the Mr. and Mr., Mrs. and Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. But they stand at 3 foot tall, slightly smaller than the 4 foot versions. Quite a big piece as well is the Mr. and Mrs. And we can put it on crates, add the flowers and the accessories again to match your colour scheme. But what you see in the rustic, we also have in the white. If you decided on that theme, you can also have the white letters as well. Where are we going now?
We're going to here.
Okay.
Put the light on now.
Okay. See my lovely face. This is our fabulous rustic post boxes. They're absolutely brilliant. They have a little message on the front of them. Ideal place for all your guests to post all those cards and etc. If there's any bigger items that would usually be left at reception or behind reception desks or something like that. But for the cards, this is ideal. Also on the back, it's got a key. So you have a key, we'll have a key, just in case you lose it and you need to get into it. We've always got a spare for each post box we have. Also comes with a little bit of foliage as well, a little bit of flowering and things like that, just to complement it and make it look pretty.
Just going back to the letters, are their letters safe to be used outdoors?
No, they're not IP rated. The lamps are IP rated, but the wiring,
They need to be inside.
Yeah, they need to be inside, really. I'd just be worried in case. I know the lamps are IP rated, but I know the main electrics in the back are not actually covered under for the water if in any case there are any moisture.
Yeah. But that's something that we could discuss with your venue.
Yeah.
Should you, that's what somebody wants, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, we'll come across these bits when we get to these hurdles.
Yeah.
Like I say, yeah, they have a lock on the back, so you know everything in here is going to be nice and safe. It can either be come to your wedding on the podium, or just standing alone by itself next to your guest book, as people are writing lovely messages in your guest book. They can post the cards as well. And our lovely, very popular Wedding This Way signs. We've got this Wedding This Way, and please choose a seat, not a side, for when the wedding service is on. Claire's just going to show you the white version of the please choose a seat. We've also got that in the white as well, for which would say Wedding This Way. Very popular, just to give you guests an idea of where they're going. And this actually moves as well, funnily enough. A little bit of a joke with that one, because Claire thought once, what if the wedding isn't over there? I said, well, you can just turn it around. I thought it was all attached, so yeah, it's all been moved to. No matter what way your wedding is, we can point you in the right direction. Lol. Our table planners. This is our biggest one we have on the easel. It's got nice LED. This is only battery operated lights in the back, and it just adds a little bit of finesse to the board with all your name cards and things on. The only thing we don't do is the stationery as yet, but we can get it all set up for you. If you give us the stationery a few days before your wedding or a week or so before your wedding, we can set it all up for you in the morning. So it's all displayed for your guests as they arrive when it's time for the wedding breakfast. And on the back is a little remote control on the back attached to the back of the frame, and is one to the right, and it just changes different modes. I like on just a still mode, just flashing at different times, and like a chase, flashing on and off. I think it's more subtle, with it just being on, or a nice fade in and fade out, which is quite nice. and that's all on again, back to normal. Like I say, that is battery operated. It also comes with a log and the heart at the bottom, just to add a little bit more decoration to it, so it's quite pretty. And good and little. Moving over to our fabulous Connect 4 game, was one of our games. We've got some more games coming in a couple of weeks. Good bit of fun with all the family. Connect 4. We've also got Nuts and Crosses, and we've got the golf pool game. It's actually out today on hire. Bit of fun with all the family. It can either be used inside or outside. But if it's horrendous torrential rain, all we ask is if the venue can maybe bring them into the venue, just in case there's any warping on the wood and things like that with the weather. Moving on to our stocks. Sometimes I get put in the stocks when I'm not behaving, not doing as I'm told at home. Mr. and Mr. with little signs down the bottom. You can have the Mr. and Mr., Mrs. and Mrs. And we also have another plaque as well with the Mr. and Mrs. which can be displayed at the bottom. Good bit of fun, again, for all the family and friends, etc. Get head in there and get some photographs taken. Again, we're showing this one again this week. We got asked to show this one. This is our Just Married comic stand. It's the vintage car, very, very popular. Get a few of your wedding guests around the back and just smiling and waving and whatever else to get some funny photographs.
Could you please demonstrate the stocks? Unfortunately, I haven't got any wet sponges.
Yeah, we come with a bucket as well, with some like sponges as well. The disco equipment. There we go. And then you start throwing some sponges at the DJ or whoever. Who are we going to get in this hole and get some wet, funny pictures taken? Beautiful.
So, how do people book?
To book, it is
To give you a call.
Yeah, just give us a call or send us a message. Yeah, preferably give us a call, and we chat about what you would like. And then, if you decided on specific items, it's a £50 booking fee. And then any balances is due approximately 4 weeks before the big day. Around that time as well, we'd like to meet you and have a chat about just a final requirement meeting. You can sit down, grab a coffee, and go over the fine details.
Yeah, Sue was just asking if we have any packages such as Fife or whatever. Do we do packages?
We can do individual packages for each couple, because each couple's got their own ideas. We don't have set packages. We don't set the packages for the bride and groom. We like to let them tell us what they like, and then we can design a package to their needs for whatever they want for their big day. It's about the bride and groom.
Do we have any other medieval torture items for annoying grooms? Not as yet, but we're working on it.
Play safe, kids. Play safe. So yeah, we also offer DJ hire services as well. I've been a DJ for over 25 years, and I've done many, many weddings over the years.
Yeah, we need to talk about our special offer.
Oh yes, our special products. If you book any of our larger items like the rustic love letters, Mr. and Mrs., Mr. and Mr., etc., or in white, we're offering you our DJ service. We're offering you a complimentary cookie wall. They're over in the corner today. We're not displaying them properly today. Either a cookie wall with 100 cookies or a donut wall with 60 donuts on, complimentary. Once you decide on which letters you want, or if you want the DJ as well, you get one of those complimentary from us. Any questions?
Facebook page.
Oh yes, our Facebook page, Glow of Love Leeds, and our website, www.glowofloveilluminatedweddingletters.co.uk. We're always here to help you.
Oh, what's your number? Turn around.
Oh, my number's on the back. You've got a new t-shirt on. 07783 835 977. Look at that, I remembered it. Look good at me. So yeah, this is some of our items we've shown you today. And if anybody wants to see anything else, Just send us a message and we can come up to the unit and we can set it up for you and show you it. Because we've got that many items, we can only show so many things each time we come up. We try and change it a little bit. But like today, we wanted to show you our brand new I Do letters, which are really, really lovely. Hopefully we're going to have the rustic ones, might be later on this year as well. They're just gorgeous. I'm just going to change the colour of them because I'm not too keen on that green. Put them on back onto the rainbow effect again. Nice and simple with the remote control. There we go. And there's fading through the colours. Nice white letters. And like I say, if you want to have the love letters as well that match these specific I Do letters, you can have them as well with the colour changing lamps. They can do just white if you only wanted just white lamps. With them being RGB lamps, they go as white as they can with them being an LED light, and that's as close as you're going to get to a white with them being RGB, red, green, blue. It's a bit white. It's a cool. That's more of a cool white finish than a warm white. But it's just nice to go with a nice colour, which makes it look lovely. This is my favourite, bit of purple. So once again, if anyone has any questions regarding any of our items, do get in contact with us, either on our Facebook page or our website or my telephone number. I think that we've covered everything. Have you any questions, Tom? No? I can't think of anything else. Thank you very much.